Okay, so I quit smoking today for the first time in 4 months after relapsing after 4 months of quitting. The one thing I'm hoping for right now is that not only can I stay off cigarettes, but that quitting smoking doesn't mess up my diet. Before, I would eat to supplement wanting a cigarette. And vice versa, when I relapsed, I would smoke a cigarette instead of eating or snacking. So yeah, I'm hoping that this doesn't bugger up my diet. I'm hoping I can stay strong on both. I just have to quit smoking. I have to. I can't keep smoking. I also have a nicotine patch on right now. You can see it just there. Just hoping I don't have a reaction to it this time. So far so good. I'm starting on step 3 instead of step 1 or step 2. It's definitely red and inflamed. You can't see it really on the video, but yeah. And it's very itchy, but here's hoping I don't have the same reactions I had last time. Okay, I've had the nicotine patch on for maybe nearly an hour or so now, and I'm starting to feel a bit lightheaded and a bit spaced out, if that's the right word. This could be bad. It's very similar to symptoms I had before. Difference being this time I've not got any pain going down my arm where the patch is. Okay, I'm gonna try and sit it out. Decided I'm gonna go and walk Dallas. I'm not feeling any better. I'm hoping the air will clear my head a little bit. Okay, so I'm still wearing the patch. Fresh air really helped. Going for a walk really helped. So I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm starting to get a headache, but that's not uncommon for me. Anyone that knows me knows I get headaches all the time. So yeah. Other than that, I'm still doing really well. Not craving a cigarette, thanks to the patch and thanks to this. My e-cigarette is back. I am very happy. And it's been a lifesaver today. So yeah, doing really well right now. I'm going to take a minute just to talk about anxieties that come with quitting smoking. It's a very real thing, unfortunately. I've been very anxious all day. My main anxiety at the moment is sleeping. Because the last thing I'd always do before bed is have a cigarette, and the first thing I'd always do when I wake up in the mornings is have a cigarette. Obviously, I had a cigarette before I went to bed last night. But since all this started today, I haven't had a cigarette. So I didn't have one when I woke up, and I've been feeling very anxious. And just general stresses that would normally trigger me to smoke are causing anxiety. So like, I'm dreading anything going wrong or anything bad happening that's going to make me want to go back to it. Like wanting to eat because I'm on a diet. Like I said earlier, when I quit smoking before, every time I wanted a cigarette, I'd have a snack instead. And same with quitting, when I started smoking again, every time I wanted a snack, I'd have a cigarette instead, because I'd switched out quitting smoking for dieting, essentially. So yeah, that's a tricky one that I've got to try and avoid and try and figure out how to get around. it's not going to be easy, but I think what I'm going to do, because I work out and because I lift weights and I'm into an exercise routine, every time I want a cigarette or I want a snack, I'm just going to do like some weights or a quick little exercise to snap me out of it. But yeah, quitting smoking in general is a huge anxiety. And just knowing that you haven't got cigarettes there can be a huge trigger. Like last night, for example, before I went to bed, like I said, I smoked my last cigarette. And instantly, as soon as I stubbed it out, like that, I went into a bad mood. Because I knew when I woke up today that there wouldn't be any cigarettes there. That I wouldn't have that option. And it's a good thing to do because it means that, you know, I don't have that temptation there. But also, it triggered my anxiety something rotten. Because I had a lot of trouble falling asleep last night, just knowing that there won't be cigarettes there when I wake up. I'm not going to be able to smoke when I wake up. Like, what am I going to do? So yeah, that can be a huge trigger. Just the fact that they're not there. But that's the point in quitting, isn't it? I think if I'd saved some, or if I'd had a spare packet to hand just in case, the temptation just to reach for them and give up would be unreal. That's what happened New Year. January 1st I tried quitting. And I had cigarettes in the house and the temptation was huge. Huge. And I felt so anxious about quitting that I just went and lit a cigarette. And I ended up not quitting. I think I made it a couple of hours after I woke up. But I was in such a horrible mood. I was so anxious. Everything was setting me off. I had to have a cigarette. And it's no excuse. It's no excuse at all. Because I should have stuck to it and I should have quit and I would have been 4 months smoke-free by now. But I'm not. So instead, I'm starting my 32nd year smoke-free. Yesterday was my birthday. I plan on making it all the way to 33 without smoking a cigarette now. I'm struggling right now. I feel really anxious. My chest feels really tight. I don't know what triggered it. I was fine 1 minute and the next I'm like this. I was doing housework. Housework triggered it. Because every time I do housework or I do any chores or I do anything, I have a cigarette right afterwards. So yeah, that's probably what's triggered it. That explains it. Okay. Now I just have to make this feeling go away. I've got my e-cigarette, I've got my nicotine patch on, but this is one of those moments where when I feel like this, I would normally just sit down and have a cigarette and the feeling would go away. And I can't do that this time because I've quit smoking. And normally, if I felt like this, it wouldn't be half as bad as it is now. Because I would have already smoked. Like several times by now. Several times. Okay. No one ever said quitting smoking was easy. I know from experience from the last time I quit, it's extremely difficult. But yeah. I need to try and calm myself down. And that's really hard right now. My main problem is when I'm like this is I can blow up over the smallest thing. Like the smallest little thing could happen right now and I will blow up. I will get really angry, I will just react. And that's how I am. I'm a very reactive person. But normally I can control it. Normally I'm very good at calming myself down. And, you know, not getting into arguments or any rows. As you can tell right now, I'm back in my room. I've shut myself away from everything, from everyone, because I don't want to get into any rows. I don't want to get into any arguments. And it's not something I can control right now while I'm going through nicotine withdrawals, and I've got this really bad anxiety going on and my chest feels so tight. So I just need to shut myself away for a bit and calm down, because normally I can calm myself down, like I said. And if I was a smoker, I'd probably just have a cigarette and I'd be fine. Okay, so I took my nicotine patch off. My headache's worse. It's like blinding headache right now. Doesn't feel like a migraine, but it's the whole like left side of my forehead and my eye. Just all of this hurts so bad. So I took my patch off in case that's what was causing it. I took painkillers, they haven't worked. I started feeling really sick and dizzy right before I took the patch off. The dizzy's gone, the nausea's still there. But yeah, this sucks. I just want it to go away. I don't feel good at all right now. Okay, this headache isn't getting any better. If anything, it's getting worse. I've taken some more painkillers. The last lot didn't work at all. Strangely enough, after I took my nicotine patch off, about half an hour after, I started getting a shooting pain up and down my right arm where the patch was. I think because there was some residual adhesive left on there, and that's what we think I'm allergic to from the last time I used patches. So I had to go and wash that off, and it feels better now. But it didn't help anything. I can barely keep my eyes open right now. It hurts so bad. I'm going to bed. Day 1's over. Here's hoping day 2 ends better than this. Thanks for watching.